Okay, so basically in 2022, I would just like to say Happy New Year, everyone. And if you may be wondering why I'm doing this video, is because one, I haven't been doing like a long video in a very long time, ever since I actually uploaded the Hapas Chisuria closers from the PC. Now that actually took 55 minutes to upload on my iPad since my Bandicam camera couldn't do the job. It couldn't. Okay, now before we get started with the video, I just wanted to say that 2022 has been a great year, although there's still some restrictions, better than last year. In 2021, there's actually like a lot of restrictions that you can't do, especially go on holiday. You're only allowed to be in the house and you're only allowed to go certain places like in the country, like in the states, in the city, doesn't matter. Okay, now without further ado, there's going to be some announcements for next year. So eventually my Flipline Studios videos, which is the quest for 0 points, will be the last video of next year, because one, I will be going to college soon and I really do not have time to create these videos. Because of this, I want to focus on my studies, because I'm actually applying for a degree in university, and I'll actually be graduating in April as well. So we actually do have one more subject, and let me tell you about this subject that we're actually taking currently. So this subject is Challenge and Changes Society. It's more of like culture, anthropology, sociology, and others. It requires you to do a lot of research and watch videos. However, there will be no final exams for this according to my teacher, and there will only be a cumulative assignment which carries 30% of the mark. Another thing is that I've been experiencing is that this year during the 12th grade, I had a lot of bad teachers. But eventually we got over it. But we even have like one nice teacher who actually taught us international business and English. Now that teacher I liked, because she's apparently really nice. She supports everyone. Here's the year. Unlike my other teachers for drama and data management, I really couldn't take the subject. And the bad news is I actually got an 18% if you haven't noticed on my data management. Now data management is more of like a math subject, and they apparently teach you like permutations, graphs, something like that. I'll just say the accent's like seriously bad in my opinion. I'm not really going to be mean nowadays, okay? Okay, now that is done. We've covered this subject. Okay, now let's move on to what happened back in 11th grade. So basically in 11th grade, I actually got like above 60, which in Canada, 60% to 69 is actually a C. I even got a B for American history, like my grades aren't that bad, but I still need to improve a little more. Like if I get like a B or a C, well, I still kind of pass, but actually the passing mark is 50% and above according to the school in Canada. So basically it depends like what school you're attending. If they say an A is actually an 80 or a B is actually 80. So yeah, it depends on the school that you're attending. Now, there's actually another thing that I want to talk about. Now, I've been actually having some bad experiences, especially being homeschooled for a while, but eventually I got over it and I'm actually no longer doing tutorials at home. I'm no longer doing them because it is really not compulsory, and if you don't want to join, it's okay. But just as long as you like tell the teacher like what happened. Now, I've been experiencing some Wi-Fi problems. It's not only that, the Wi-Fi has gone seriously bad nowadays in our school. Also for that, we used to be at home like back in 2021 where we all couldn't go out. We're only allowed to have few people at a time, and we have to wear masks a lot. But now since the rule has changed, it's not really necessary to wear masks, but you still have to wear the mask indoors no matter what. Okay, so I've actually been to a few places before, which is District 21 in the IOI City Mall. I know, yes, this is my first time at the IOI City Mall in June when I did bowling, but I do believe that more students would join the trip. And I also went to the photography session and District 21 as well. I also went to Kuala Lumpur as well for Berjaya Times Square theme park. Just around 1 week before our exam starts, because I really need a break from all those studying and all those assignments. Now, you may be wondering why the HSB 4U class or the Challenge and Change Society, if I want to call it, is really hard. Well, some of the topics that we're actually covering is going to be harder than usual. It's actually like a pre-university standard where, you prepare for university, teachers will teach you tutorials, but our school doesn't really do that. And now for the phone policy, 12th graders are only allowed to use the phone. But for the other grades, you have to ask permission from teachers. Now, this actually does happen in our school only. The rest of the schools, it depends on whether or not you're allowed to use your phone or you're allowed to use your device. But I do believe in some schools, they only allow you to use your device when necessary, you have to ask permission. But for our school, we're actually allowed to use them for the whole day if it's only grade 12. But if you're homeschool, it's actually fine, but you have to put it away before class starts, Now, I want to talk to you about another thing, okay? Now, we've been losing a lot of singers, actors, actresses. We've lost Meatloaf, the singer from the 70s, this year. We've also lost Taylor Hawkins from Foo Fighters as well, Andrew Fletcher from Depeche Mode, Judith Durham from The Seekers, Olivia Newton-John from the movie Grease, and she's also a singer as well. We also recently lost Irene Cara and Christine McVie from Fleetwood Mac. Now this is really, really sad to see everyone going, they'll be in our hearts, Okay, another thing I wanted to talk about is this. Now we've lost some actors recently, such as Bob McGrath, and we also lost Bob Saget, Gaspel Euro, if I can't pronounce it properly. I forgot who it was from the movie Coco, who actually portrayed Mama Coco, and it was an inspiration. So I'm not really sure about it, so I'm gonna let it be. We also lost Anne Hitch as well. I'm not sure. I might have to check it out. We also lost a lot of singers, actresses back in 2022, this year. Now this has been a sad day, we've lost so many singers, we've lost so many of them, they actually did sing good songs. Okay, so eventually there were a lot of musicians who died this year. Unfortunately, this is a very, very sad day to commemorate those musicians, I was really, really sad because, it was upsetting, Basically, we have lost Christine McVie from Fleetwood Mac in November as well, and we also lost Bob McGrath recently, the American actor and singer for Sesame Street. He was only 90 years old, he was only 90 years old. Alright. And as well as this, we also lost Irene Cara as well. She died on November 25th, 2022. Just one day after Thanksgiving, Also for that, don't forget, we also lost Wilco Johnson. He was also with the Who band that actually sang with Roger Daltrey as well, Alright. We've also lost a lot of singers as well, and a lot of musicians. I know it was really sad, but we also lost Aaron Carter, who apparently sang Aaron's Party. He was only 34 years old. Now this has been a really, really sad day, especially for some singers. We also lost Ray Liotta and Peter Volkovich, if I'm not mistaken. Now these are actually like actors that died, but apparently Gaspard Noé, the French actor for Moon Knight, was actually the saddest day ever, cause he apparently died of a skiing accident. Like it was like seriously sad to like lose him. Also for that, I would just say Olivia Newton-John's death was definitely the saddest because in the next movie, which was the MGM movie, the Metro Goldwyn Mayer, that apparently started Olivia Newton-John, will be a dedication and a memory to her. So this movie is actually, I think it will be the one. I'm not too sure what it is. Because I actually forgot. We've also lost Christy Alley recently, and I know this has been like really, really sad to see everyone go, like that. I know some musicians apparently died during these days. I just heard it's like really sad. We also lost Alan White from Yes as well. I know it was really, really sad to lose someone like that, but I know how people would feel. We also lost Vangelis, who actually sang the song as well. We also lost Ronnie Spector from the Ronettes as well. And yes, I know it's sad. I know it's really sad. We've also lost Tom Parker as well. He was also known for the boy band The Wanted. He was actually an English singer. And I think he does have a brother, if I'm not mistaken. I think the brother is mainly from One Direction, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. I never heard of that band before. So yeah. Yeah, I've never heard of that band before. So sorry. I thought I knew it. I know you guys have been wondering about this. I know this has been really sad, but we also lost a rapper, Coolio, in September of 2022 this year. I know it's really, really sad. I know it's very sad. But we also lost Alec John Such from Bon Jovi. Now, don't get confused with John Alec and Twisso and Alec John Such. They are not from the same band, okay? They are not from the same band. Because one, I know their names are the same, but their names are different, This one is not from The Who. It is from the Bon Jovi band. Alright? Now, eventually this has already been a mix-up on my channel to say like, is it really John Entwistle or is it really John Alex Such, Now, don't get confused between Entwistle and Such. They are not the same. They are not from the same band. Even though, yes, they're apparently named after John and they're bassists, they are not from the same band and they are born on a different year. So yeah, this is the thing you have to know about this. Now, recordings from my YouTube channel, I've been facing a lot of those comments from people, especially with users saying raid all the time. And I really mean, this is spamming. This is not acceptable. I don't like it, okay? I don't like it. And you may be wondering, why? I don't like it, so eventually, please stop it. I do not want to see any more spam messages. If you dare put spam messages on this, you will be banned from this channel. And I mean it, okay? I'm not gonna give anyone any more second chances. Do you all understand? I'm getting really fed up with all this, I'm getting really, really fed up with all that. Okay, with that being said and done, now there was eventually another thing about Mecha Storm Jr. Now Mecha Storm Jr. apparently bullied me, and he just said that I wasn't blaming you, you dumb 19-year-old girl. Now I seriously mean that Mecha Storm Jr. is racist, but not only racist, he is an idiot as well. Now, eventually he doesn't have like a lot of subscribers. No one wants to subscribe to him, and I don't trust him, I would never trust a user who was bad. Now, there was another user who apparently put raid on one of my videos. Now this is getting too far, okay? This is getting too flippin' far. I don't like it, alright? If you think that you're gonna go and rate the comment section like that on what Green Pingus Screen or GPS 2009 did, you're not gonna do that. Even though I don't know much about him, I don't want to really do it, you know. As for Christmas Lacy 2K4, well, recently my friend Michael has been bullied by him. I wasn't really happy about this. And you know what? He apparently called my friend. He called my friend names, and he also called me a hypocrite and the C word. I seriously mean, I'm gonna have a really bad headache if he does this, you know. I seriously had enough with Lacy already. Because one, this behavior is getting really too far. He's been bullying other users as well, especially for my friend. And he really needs to treat people with respect, especially for my friend Michael, you know. Okay, now there was apparently another thing I want to talk about. Alright. Now, there were a lot of comments which were bad, and also for that, there were a lot of spamming comments. I was not really happy about this, and ever since I actually saw those comments right here, they were really upsetting to me, you know. Like I seriously mean. Now, there was apparently another UTTP user that has been trolling me a lot. So eventually, this is not a lie as well. I know not many people have been experiencing these kinds of trolls, but I hope they will do something about it. As for my second channel, recently I got a copyright claim as well, and also a community guideline strike on my channel. But this one only would last for 1 week, but the strike will apparently expire after 90 days. Now, I really seriously mean I did upload a Squidward video for the Celebrate Our Differences video. I don't really think that's apparently allowed, but now I know my lesson. I knew it. I'm not supposed to upload these kinds of videos, especially if they break rules. Now, for another thing on my YouTube channel as well, for my main YouTube channel, I did not get a copyright strike this year, thank goodness. Unlike last year was actually terrible because, you know, I was about to lose my channel for good. But luckily, I managed to delete all my Coin Master videos, you know. Alright, I know you guys want me to see me make a lot of Fruit Ninja 2 videos. I was about to get a new phone last year, but due to the price for the iPhone 13, which was actually released, I couldn't. Now for this year, we were about to get a new phone, but due to that, the store sold out their phones. There was apparently a glitch, so actually I do apologize in advance. Alright. I know, it happens a lot, but sooner or later next year I will start to use my new phone instead. And I actually did upload my last video of 2022 only for the iPhone 6s Plus, because this one will actually be my last video for the year, because from next year onwards I won't be using it anymore, and I'll be getting a new case as well. Okay, alright, with that being said, let's just talk about something else. Alright, okay, now since you apparently have community service, I know it's very hard to make videos after community service, because you know you're doing like 10 hours of community service and you get really tired, you know, like I did back then for the old folks and the children's home. I know you want me to make a lot of videos, you want me to see like how I create them, but eventually this will take a lot of time, unfortunately. Okay, another thing I would like to talk about is the recent comment that I've been receiving. Now, Lacy apparently did tell my friend that it is his channel. Lacy was apparently so mean to my friend Michael that I couldn't really take this anymore. This is like getting too far for him, you know. He also stole one of my videos on my backup channel, if you don't know. Now, this is apparently true, and I'm not lying, okay? if you guys think that you want to call the lawsuit on me because of Lacey saying the F word was a joke, think again. It is not funny. Like, what this user say is this. Like, it was a joke. Just get on with it before I call a lawsuit on you. I seriously mean. What was this user seriously thinking? Calling the lawsuit on anyone for saying the F word was a joke. This is not okay. This is not funny at all. I hate it, like I seriously hate it. And I'm not really lying. This has got to be one of the worst comments I've ever seen. Now, if you've seen my Papa's Freezeria HD video that I actually uploaded on YouTube, there was actually one YouTuber that apparently commented the BUTT word. Now, this one I will never allow this on a live stream. Anyone's live stream, If that happens again, then the user will either be blocked or banned. And this one goes against the guidelines, it goes against the guidelines, so just be careful as well. Now for my videos, for my gameplay videos as well, we're apparently going to shift it up a bit. So basically on the weekends, I'll actually premiere some of the videos, and some of the videos I won't. It actually depends, it seriously depends, okay? Alright, so eventually I wanted to talk here about these ones, about Twitter and Instagram as well, and YouTube. Now on YouTube, I actually reached like 3,370 something subscribers. I know I'm almost there to 500, but it's going to take a lot of hard work. And I know, this is like going to be a lot of hard work for me. Now, eventually, there were some movies which were released this year, such as Lightyear, Turning Red, Minions: The Rise of Gru, Lyle Lyle Crocodile, Strange World, Noel and the Magic Book, or Noel Ye Liberal Magical, and other movies as well. Now there was apparently a show, 2 shows that got cancelled this year for 3 seasons. It is actually Amphibia. Amphibia was actually cancelled on May 16th of this year, just after I turned 19, and also the Casa Grandes. The show also got cancelled 3 months ago, back in September, and this was actually before the 3rd anniversary of the show. Alright, now we're moving on to what really happened to Apple. Now, Apple apparently released the new color green for the iPhone 13. Now, this is actually an additional color. So, back then, they apparently have 5 colors. But now, since they added the green one, they wanted to make it look nice. As for the iPhone 14, 14 Pro, and 14 Pro Max, they actually do have 5 colors, including the purple. Now, this apparently started as a 128 gigabyte. The 64 gigabyte was no longer popular back in 2021, so that's why they apparently changed it. And yes, I know, I'm not buying the iPhone 14. It looks very expensive, Like, I don't really want to waste money, Like, I don't want to waste money. So why not get an iPhone 13, Now, I don't suggest everyone to buy an iPhone 14 yet. It's because the price is very expensive. And once they release the iPhone 15 by next year, the price will go down, Like what my father says is this. Every time when a phone is released, the price will normally go down, they'll go down. And some of them may have a discount, like for Black Friday or anything. Now there has been a lot of tragedies, especially in Thailand and South Korea. There was actually like a very, very bad experience, and when I saw the news, I was like seriously traumatized. Like Halloween turned out the most deadliest in each one in South Korea. Like a lot of people died during that day. I know this is a stampede as well, and not only that, there were a lot of tragedies this year accounting this, Okay, as for my Noel and the Magic Book videos, well, there's apparently a problem with these kinds of videos. Now, I have to be really, really careful when doing this, okay? I don't want to get in trouble by the creator. I know, I learned my lesson, but for now, I apparently know that doing this kind of long videos is seriously going to give me a strike, you know. Now, as for Animation Fanboy, he has faced a lot of those bullying as well, especially for his autism. Okay, so back then, a Twitter user named Paul Reynolds apparently bullied him because he liked cartoons. And also for this, he's been bullied by a lot of Twitter users, especially the sex bots, you know. The sex bots apparently came to his channel and decided to comment on him. Also promotes him as well for my channel. Now, for the Promosum accounts, I want everyone to please stay away from them. I got one back in July this year, and you know, it wasn't like a really good experience at all. Now, eventually, I don't accept Promosum because, you know, this could lead to a scam, you know, like that. Now, I'm not really going to lie about this, but I'm really, really serious. I really want to apologize to Animation Fanboy about what happened recently. I know this is not really your fault. I know you don't deserve this. Okay? I know you do not deserve this treatment where Lacey just bullies you for reasons. I know this is not really your fault. I understand this. I even got these kinds of comments as well when Lacey told me to handle hate, but it was him that he's supposed to handle hate. I know you're not the culprit, you know. I know you're not the culprit, Michael. I understand this, okay? Also for him, he apparently got a copyright strike. 2 of his copyright strike, and he almost got his channel terminated. But luckily, after 90 days, the strike actually expired, you know. Luckily for my account, I did not get it this year, you know, like, I tried avoiding it, I really avoided it. But there's still some copyright claims, so it depends if I want to delete it or not. It's like, you don't need to delete your video, you don't need to take action, they just, like, allow you, but just be a little careful, otherwise they will remove it, okay? Alright.